You ever wonder how fast your whole world can flip upside down? Back in the mid-80s, I was just a ninth grader trying to figure out who I was. Our school was this quiet little place, kind of boring, really. My dad was the security guard, this big teddy bear of a guy everyone poked fun at, but I didn't care. I had my denim jacket, my hairspray, my metal tapes blasting through my Walkman. Life was simple. I wasn't one of those stuck-up popular girls, but people liked me and I liked that. Then there was him, my boyfriend. God, he had this smile that could melt ice. And when he looked at me, I felt like the only girl in the world. Sure, guys warned me he was trouble. Said he'd done some messed up stuff, like crapping in a sunroof once, but I didn't listen. They were just jealous, right? He was sweet when it was just us. I thought I knew him. But here's the thing. You don't really know someone until they show you their worst. And his worst? It was coming for me like a freight train I never saw. I'll never forget how it felt to fall for him. He was the kind of guy who walked into a room and owned it, tall, cocky, with this grin that made you feel like you were in on some secret. I met him at a football game sophomore year, and by the next week, we were inseparable. My friends, guys mostly, kept saying he was bad news. He's an asshole, they'd mutter, or you don't know what he's really like. But I'd roll my eyes. They didn't see him like I did. Alone, he was different, soft, almost. He'd hold my hand under the bleachers, whisper dumb jokes in my ear, and I'd laugh until my sides hurt. I'd catch him staring at me sometimes, and it felt like he saw me, really saw me. I thought that meant something, but there were cracks. Little things I brushed off, like how he ditched me to hang with his buddies, or the rumors he'd hooked up with some girl at a party. I'd confront him, and he'd just smile, pull me close, and say, "Babe, you're the only one I want." I believed him because I wanted to. God, I was so stupid. Then it ended, fast and ugly. I don't even remember why. Maybe I caught him lying again, or maybe I just got tired of wondering. I told him we were done, and he shrugged like it was nothing. That should have been my warning. Days later, I woke up to a nightmare I didn't know was coming. I didn't see it myself at first. Dad wouldn't let me near school, but my best friend called me, crying, saying my name was everywhere. Pictures. Not just any pictures. Ones I didn't even know existed. Hardcore, humiliating shots of me. Things I'd never have let anyone see. Plastered all over the school. Lockers, hallways, even the library books. He'd taken them somehow, sometime when I trusted him, and now he'd made copies. Tens of thousands, they said. Him and his buddies broken overnight, turned my life into their sick revenge porn. I sat there, phone shaking in my hand, trying to breathe, while my friend choked out how they'd even covered Dad's car with them. My dad, my sweet, goofy dad, was out there picking up pieces of me off the pavement. I couldn't stop picturing his face, how he must have felt seeing that. I wanted to disappear. How do you come back from something like that? The morning after, I couldn't move. I just lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, my Walkman dead beside me. Mom kept knocking, asking if I was okay, but I couldn't answer. How do you explain that your whole world's been ripped open? Dad didn't come home till late. When he did, he didn't say much, just hugged me so tight I could feel him shaking. I knew he'd been at school, probably scrambling to tear down every last picture before kids showed up. I could see it in my head. Him on his knees, scrubbing spray tack off his car, those awful images staring back at him. My face, his little girl, turned into something dirty and broken. He didn't deserve that. Neither of us did. School wasn't an option anymore. I couldn't face the whispers, the stares, the kids who'd seen me like that. I heard from a friend that the halls were a mess for weeks. Pictures kept popping up, stuffed in maps, drawers, like some twisted scavenger hunt. Dad went back to work, though. I begged him not to, but he said we needed the money, and he couldn't let that punk win. I don't know how he did it, walking those halls, knowing everyone knew. I'd catch him sometimes, late at night, sitting in the kitchen with a beer, just staring at nothing. We didn't talk about it, but the silence said enough. And the guy, that prick got a slap on the wrist, a short suspension, then swaggered back like nothing happened. Girls still flocked to him, too. I'd hear about it from old friends who'd check in, their voices soft with pity. He's still the same, they'd say, but everyone acts like it's fine. It made me sick. He took everything, my trust, my dignity, my home, and walked away clean. I didn't just lose him that day, I lost me. The girl with the denim jacket and the shy smile, she was gone. I couldn't look in the mirror without seeing those pictures, without feeling his hands on me, turning love into a weapon. I kept thinking if I'd listened to the warnings, if I'd seen him for what he was, maybe I'd still be there, laughing with my friends. But I didn't. And now I'm just a ghost, stuck in a house I can't leave, wondering how you rebuild when someone's torn you down to nothing.
Thanks for listening to my story. It's been a heavy one to share. I'm still figuring out what comes next, but having you here means a lot. If you connected with this, please hit that subscribe button for Life Reflections. I'd love to have you along for more real moments like this. Take care, everyone.